Hiya, welcome to Tales Beyond the Grave, welcome back to another video. Now I'm here today, I'm in the lovely little quaint village of Warburton, which is just outside of Lymm, and I'm here to show you three historic things really, three old things you might not know about. The first one is just behind me, and that is the lovely church of St.Werburghs, and that is over 700 years. So I'm going to tell you a bit about that. I'm going to take you around and show you a couple of other old things while we're here. So come on, let's go and have a look at St.Werburghs. Now there's evidence of an Anglo-Saxon church on the site before the Norman conquest. That's St.Werburghs there. Now Adam de Dutton was the founder of the priory of the site for the Norbertine canons, who were white canons of the religious order of the Catholics. Although there's no trace anymore of the old priory, it's thought St.Werburghs was probably built over the top of it at some point. So come on, let's take you around it and have a look at this truly historic church of St.Werburghs. It's over 700 year old, can you believe that? I'm just going to go through the gate here, and now let me shut that because it's important you shut gates, isn't it? Look at that, it's absolutely stunning, and it's in an idyllic location really. Some really old graves there. Say it dates back to the 13th century. 700 year old church. Now it was extensively altered and extended a few times in 1644 and again in 1880. And the church needed major repairs due to dry rot had set in. And in 1927 and 1958 there was attack of the Death Watch beetle, which attacks old timber frames really. It eats away at the timber frames, making it so weak, and it did need a lot of attention to them timber frames. Now in 2021 the church was one of 142 sites across the UK, and it received part of a £35 million injection. So where does the name St. Werburgh come from? So St. Werburgh was an Anglo-Saxon princess who became the patron saint of Chester. A name was given as Warburton. The village of Warburton was given the name and recorded in the Domesday Book of 1086. She was the daughter of Wulfhere, king of Mercia, and Wulfhere was the first Christian king of Mercia, and she died around 700 AD. Now it's built around a timber frame and with some wattle and daub also around the building. Now that's animal dung really, and straw and other materials. I'll show you a bit of that as we take you around there. And it was a building method to cover walls. Now the north and south walls are built from sandstone, and the chancel transept, two parts forming the arms of a cross. The vestry are brick, and its tower, which is an unusual one, is placed at the east end of the church. Now the roof is Kerridge slabs, and Kerridge stone or slabs comes from the Cheshire village of Kerridge. Unfortunately it's not open, so if we was to show you inside, the altar table and pulpit date from the 17th century. The pews date from around 1813, and the octagonal font is inscribed from 1603. Also parts of it date from the 12th century, and it's still here, isn't it? It's, like I say, 700 year old, and it has been, last time I come it was it had scaffolding around it because it was being renovated, and I've just been talking to a lovely lady outside who said it's been renovated really well. So St. Werburgh church, if ever you come to Warburton, it's only a small village, come and have a look around the church. I'm going to tell you a bit more about it as we walk round. Now inside the belfry, which you can see there, one of the bells dates from 1575, and that's well before the actual parish records, which started in 1611. So the belfry holds a bell which is over 450 year old. Now if we come on this side of the church, it really shows its age, this side of the church, and if you look, this way. This is where the Watland Daub can be seen, and it does show its age, as I say, on this side, and it's still it looks like it's leaning, but like I say, it's been here for a long time, this church. Absolutely stunning. And if you have a walk around the churchyard as well, you get a feel for the age of the area, really. But this isn't the oldest thing I'm going to show you today. I'm going to show you two more things you might not know are connected to this little village of Warburton. Here in the UK and Wales, there's only 29 of these timber frame buildings left. Only 29 churches what are left, and St.Werburghs, where we are today, is the oldest one which is surviving. Now they need to be saved, these churches, and it takes a hell of a lot to save them. You can see right underneath there is all the old timbers, and it's done amazing if you think of it to survive this long, and it's gone through a lot of eras where it was attacked by the Death Watch beetle, which could have seen the end of it and been demolished, but no, this is a sole survivor, and there's only 29 of these buildings left. Now, also connected to the area is a Roman fort, and it sparked the interest of, do you remember the TV programme Time Team? So they had coming round and had a sniff around, looking to see if they could find the remains of this Roman fort. Unfortunately, they couldn't find it. So if you can see, it's a lot of farmland around here. So that Roman fort must be around here somewhere, and it's still waiting to be discovered. So that's a quick look round St.Werburghs. Now, as I say, I'm going to show you two other things which are old, connected to the village of Warburton. And it's a walk down the street just a little bit. There's a stone cross from the original village stone cross. The base of it is still there, and also something what will blow your mind away. And we're not talking hundreds of years, we're talking millions of years. So let's go and have a look at what I possibly could be talking about. So I'm going to head down, it's not even a street really, it's a little village, Warburton. I'm going to head down here, I'm going to take you to two interesting facts. You probably don't know, Warburton is a village you could drive through and not notice it. So let's go and have a look at these mysterious things I'm going to tell you about. So we're heading down to the old stone base of the stone cross, but pay particular interest to these slabs you can see here. These slabs would have been part of the old earth, really. They're clay slabs, and they're important to what I'm going to show you at the end of this village lane. So this is the base of the stone cross, and it's from around the 17th century, and it's mentioned in the village records along with the wooden stocks. As you can see there, the village of Warburton has a population today of around 286 people, and the settlement was from around the 11th century. Let's have a look at the old stocks, and that was this. What you can see here is the base of what was once the village cross. Hundreds of years old, along with the stocks. There's the stocks, if you can see them. There they are. Brilliant. So millions of years ago, when the earth was being formed, clay was the main floor of the earth. Now these date back millions of years. These have been turned into clay slabs for around the village, and millions of years ago there's something what roamed the earth which we can still see a footprint of what once roamed the earth. Along these slabs, these are clay, and along these slabs millions and millions of years ago dinosaurs roamed the earth, and one of them stepped on one of these slabs and left its footprint. Let's go and show you where it is. So millions of years ago, this little dinosaur walked across, which was clay at the time, and you can make out its footprint, one of them being here and the other one being there. Look at that, that's where it stepped across the clay. Now it's been said that that is a footprint of a pterodactyl imprinted there in the clay slab. Now the clay was part of what would have been the ground really, and this little pterodactyl left its imprint millions and millions of years ago, and that's probably the oldest thing you'll ever see on Tales Beyond the Grave, a pterodactyl's footprint. Let's take you in. And you can make out the pad. There's the pad, and there's the talons or claws, pad, claw going across. The pterodactyl footprint of Warburton. How amazing is that? Millions of years ago, walking across, probably going on its way maybe to get a drink of water, you don't know, but it left its footprint there in the clay ground of what once was prehistoric England. An amazing find this, and if ever you're in Warburton, please come and have a look, see if you can find it. Just a little village just near Lim, and if you think dinosaurs once roamed our earth, there is the evidence there in the clay slab. So hope you've enjoyed this video. It's probably the oldest thing you'll ever see on my channel, apart from me probably, but yeah, I'm gonna say thanks for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video, subscribe if you would, it doesn't cost you anything, it just notifies you when the next video or post is going up. Gives a share out, and that encourages me to go out there and make videos like this, which I think you might like. If I like them, maybe you'll like them. So I'm going to go on to the next one, and as I always say, on the next video, I'm not too sure where I'm going to go. The only thing I can do is say I'll see you when I get there. Thanks for watching. Bye.